All right, so back to working on the van. The window's already sealed. Now it's time to work on the floor and get this mess figured out. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I don't really know how it's attached, but we're gonna figure it out together. So let's get after it. Here's what I'm thinking. Have a look with it. So here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a screw of some sort here that I need to take out. And I'm thinking I'm gonna cut it here because I think these may be a metal piece that runs this way, because this one is two pieces of wood that come together on this metal piece. To replace all this, I think I'll start back here, cut that out, and then replace all this forward. I just got to figure out how to get these screws out. They are pretty rusted. Up here, like this one, you can kind of see it's a Phillips. So it's going to be a little bit of work to figure this out, but we're going to get it figured out. So I got the hole cut. I'm gonna have to straighten this up so I catch this beam so we can tighten this down, but that's not a big deal. You can see just how rusted these fasteners were. So I'm gonna have to go with the cutoff wheel, cut off all of those. Won't be a big deal. And then we'll just cut us a piece of plywood to fit in here. We should be good to go. All right, so here, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cut along this. And even though it's a small piece that's bad here, we'll just replace this whole board because it's just easier that way. So I'm gonna end up cutting me another line here, and then we'll just rip out this whole sheet and replace it with what's left of that one. Should just take one sheet of plywood to do all this. What we did, just cut this along this beam here so we have a place to go back to. We'll just have to clean this up and cut those old fasteners off. There's a small piece of trim. This board right here is just kind of a trim piece that fits in here. So I'll cut it off there and we'll just bring our plywood right up to the edge there. All right, so we have the bad spots cut out of the floor of the van. Goal is today is to clean those spots up, get 2 new pieces of wood in these, and then we can start insulating our floor, which will just be putting some 2x4s down kind of where I want the cabinets to sit, so I have something really secure to tie them to, and a few key other places, and then we'll just lay some of the hard foam insulation in there and then redeck this entire area. And after that, we can finally get to the fun stuff, building the stuff you can see instead of just fixing the stuff you can't. Let's get started on this stuff, get it cleaned up. I'm gonna start just vacuuming, getting some of the old screws that are all rusted out of there. Make sure the whole square, and then get my dimensions, cut it out of my plywood, stick that in here. See how bad I screwed up. $24.25 by 22. What we need. So, piece of wood's in. We do have a couple little gaps just because everything's not left square, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll get this board attached down, and then we'll just put some sealant in here to kind of seal those spots up and help make it waterproof, make sure critters aren't coming in and out. This will also be 100% hidden, because there'll be our you know, little insulation and then new decking on top of it, so how it looks isn't really that big of a deal. So that's why I kind of went the shortcut way and used the Sawzall to cut a lot of this, because it doesn't really matter how it looks. But I'm happy with it. We will get the other side cut and figured out, and then we'll attach them all down and seal them up. As of just right now, the van is dried in again. Windows are sealed, the floor is sealed up. This thing is 1,000 times better than when we got it, so really excited about that. There's a few little things here and there we want to work on, but for the most part, we don't have to worry about water intrusion in here now. So next steps is to insulate the floor, redeck that, and then once that's redecked, we can start on the fun stuff. We'll start on the bed frame and building the bed out, and then once that frame's done, we'll start putting in solar and our electrical and running all that. Once we get that done, you know, then we're looking at the couch thing, the countertops. Stick with us, it's gonna be fun. Like, subscribe, whatever you gotta do, help us out, we appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll see you guys soon at several events we have coming up. Tennessee, Rally in the Valley, which we haven't really talked about yet, but we will, and a whole bunch more.